Hello everyone, Vegas Fake 1965, and this is flight school for the Bedrock version of the game. This is the basic tutorial and just for folks that are just starting out on how to open their Elytra and start flying. So, without further ado, let's find out. Welcome back everyone to Flight School on Bedrock version. And in a moment you're going to see my character above. There it is on the top left. It makes it a lot easier to see on the Bedrock version than it is the Java version. But the Bedrock version, just to let you know, is more difficult to take off, especially from the ground. And some people would say to take off, period. If you play both, then Bedrock is a lot tougher to fly. Now on Java, you press the spacebar quickly twice. On Bedrock, what you need to do is press the spacebar quickly 3 times. We're going to start off on the ground like we did on the Java version. Let me show you what I mean. We'll take a good running start, or you can just start from here by pressing spacebar quickly 3 times. And that will get you going. Let's take a look on the top left of the screen. You will see me up there. So we're going to run and then press that space bar quickly 3 times and you will see our Elytra open up. And that's what makes it difficult is pressing that space bar quickly 3 times on the Bedrock version. But it can be done from the ground. But the first thing again on Bedrock version, what I want to do is teach you how to land first, because once you start flying, landing is going to be extremely important. You don't want to end up thudding onto the ground. So here we go. Like on my Java side of things, I find the easiest way for beginners to learn how to land is going to be set your crosshairs about right where you see it right now on the horizon, and we're going to go back and forth 180 degrees, just back and forth. Just like this. Keep those crosshairs up, back and forth, and you'll land safely on the ground. And the other method that I mentioned with the, like I did on the Java one, was a little circle that you can do too. Just be careful not to have your crosshairs too low to the ground. So in this case, we can do a little circle just like this and land safely on the ground. Now, if that's more difficult for you to take off by hitting that space bar 3 times from the ground, I've got a few things. A lot of people will say, oh, well, let's just take off from something up here, and then they go splat because they didn't press that space bar quickly 3 times. So let me try that right here and see if it works out for me, which I hope it does. We'll get a running start. We'll jump off the edge here and hit that space bar quickly 3 times. And there it goes. When you're new to flying, the most important thing I can tell you is make sure your crosshairs are not too far up and not too far down. You can be more of a daredevil later on once you get more comfortable with the Elytra, but when you're close to the ground, keeping that crosshairs above, as you can see in front on my screen, above the horizon a little bit, will at least let you land a little softer than you would normally. And you can land straight ahead, and I'm going to show you that in a minute, but you will definitely need to make sure that you do keep those crosshairs elevated above the horizon just a little bit. So we're going to do that right here. We'll come in for a landing on our island, and I'll show you what I mean. I'm going down a little quickly, but keeping the crosshairs up. We'll turn around. As long as you keep it above the horizon, you will land softly. Now, it doesn't work so well if you land into a hill. So, all right, so again, if we're doing, we need something like a little step to get us started, just remember a running, jumping start is going to be your best bet. And don't forget, hit that space bar quickly 3 times. And there we go. Now we're going to try it on the larger one, just like we did on the Java side of things. We'll have our little running start. Just remember, if you are doing this and you're running across the ground here and you press that space bar quickly 3 times and it opens up, great. The higher the crosshairs are, the further you will glide. The lower they are, the shorter your glide will be. But just remember, don't keep it too high or too low, especially once you've taken off. So we're going to get ourselves a running start. We're going to jump off the edge and hit that space bar quickly 3 times. That'll open up our Elytra, as you will see on the top left. And when I do say quickly, pressing the space bar quickly, I do mean quickly, like 1, 2, 3. So if you get that rhythm down in your head and down in your hands, you'll be just fine. Run off the edge, quickly press it 3 times, 1, 2, 3. And there you go, you'll land. Like I said, a little further, your crosshairs a little higher, you'll glide a little further. Now we're going to use the rocket. I wanted to make sure I taught you the landing first, because once you get going, you're going to go, yeehaw, oh my God, well, how do I stop? So just remember the landing technique that we did at the beginning of the video. So let's take off, and we're going to keep our crosshairs up so we glide a little further. Once you have kicked off your first rocket and you're flying, you can let go of the run key or the sprint key and the move forward key, and you'll start floating around. So let's demonstrate that. 1, 2, 3. Rocket. I've let go of my left hand, so I'm no longer moving forward. Even if you held onto it, it's no big deal. You can't walk on air. Notice where my crosshairs are. And again, I'm out over water, so it makes it easier to see. Keep those crosshairs elevated above the horizon a little bit so you're safe. And you can just, when you start to come down and you're ready to use another rocket, feel free, just kick off another rocket and you go a little further. Just turn where you need to go. Just make sure you keep those crosshairs close to the horizon. You don't want to go down too fast, because that's what's going to happen. And if you're on land, you will go splat. All right, from start to finish, we're going to go ahead and do that. This will probably be easier for the beginners. Jump off the edge, quickly hit that space bar 3 times, and then we'll come in for a landing. We're going to go way up high so I can show you exactly what I mean by it working, going back and forth. As you can see below, I'm going to keep my crosshairs high and go back and forth, keeping those crosshairs up. Maybe we went a little too high for too long. Move it down a little bit is fine. As you can see, now we can see where the ground is slowly coming at us, and we've landed safely. So anyway, I hope this video helps you Bedrockers on how to open your Elytra. That quick snap of the spacebar 3 times quickly will get that Elytra to open for you, regardless whether it's on the ground, up on a couple blocks, or if you're jumping off a mountain. Just hit that spacebar quickly 3 times. Keep that crosshair just above the horizon, and have fun gliding and flying around, guys. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, click that like button. If you would like to subscribe for future videos, click that subscribe button. It really helps me know that I'm providing good content for you guys. And until next video, we'll see you then, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.